that concept is a great speech by William Admiral McRaven, who talks about this, the whole idea. And again, great stuff. He did a commencement speech for Texas University, I think, and he was saying,
Right.
10 people, they help 10 people, help 10 people, they help 10 people, and ultimately within I think 2 or 3 generations, you could change the lives of everybody on the planet, 8 billion people.
And we will, and that is the point. The consciousness we need to raise is one about stop fretting about ourselves, get outside, do acts of kindness. If we all did acts of kindness, it's a different world.
It is.
Instead of stuck in our own ego.
The 3 things I've really been trying, folk that have helped me really change, and basically kill off the side of me that I just wasn't helping me at all, was that consistently positively channeled consciousness, but also one of the biggest ones that I sort of identifying with myself is positive reaction, everything, and it's hard to do, but everything requires a positive reaction. The way, someone's giving you a load of shit, good, I want that, positive reaction. Someone's nicked my car, positive reaction. And it's not about smiling and being an idiot and being taken for a fool. It's that self-development of, I want your negatives because it makes me more positive.
And this is the point about, with consciousness, we have choice. So between stimulus and response, there's a gap. And if we are conscious, then we have choice within that gap. And this is one of the key fundamentals about the principle of consciousness. If I'm not conscious what's going on and you say something and I just react, well, we make it worse.
Yeah.
But you say something and I'm conscious and think, okay, Dan just said something there which I could have found upsetting. Actually, my amygdala, my chimp deep in my brain is kicking off saying, Dan, he dissed you publicly as well. But I've got a chance now on my response. And I think this is the most fundamental concept of consciousness, that we want to raise a world and a culture within a world where people aren't just reacting, they're actually being conscious and choosing to react in a positive way. And this is the most important thing to do. You can, again, even driving in your car, feedback, someone may give you the finger as you're going past. You can give the finger back, beat the horn, or you can think, did I drive like an idiot? Did I cut them up? Actually, or is that person just an idiot? In which case, if they're an idiot, they can get out of my life.
Just let it go.
If I get it wrong, I can learn. And we spend so much time externalizing our own frustrations. It's like you're in your car and you look in your rearview mirror and you see the blue flashing lights of an ambulance. What do?
Move out of the way.
Right, okay. Similar scenario, but it's a white van giving it stacks, trying to squeeze through the traffic. Now what do?
I have an immediate paradigm shift.
Exactly.
Into a negative perspective.
What if you knew that the child of the white van driver was in the ambulance?
See, exactly. You get if you have the benefit of wider consciousness, then you get a paradigm shift.
But, totally right. And this is the point, right? The ambulance, we know its motivation. We know its motivation is actually one of nurturing, caring, and growth, whatever. We don't know the motivation of the white van driver. So even though they're behaving exactly the same, they're both driving aggressively and crazily through the traffic. Because we don't know the motivation of the white van driver, what happens is we externalize our own motivations and our own frustrations. What we should do, if you think about it, if we're emotionally intelligent, if we are conscious, as the white van driver is trying to get past, we should say 2 things. Either they've got a really good reason to get there, and there's a beautiful film, which is tragic. It made me burst into tears, seriously, and sob at the end about this horrible trap we've created, which is called Sorry I Missed You. It's about the gig economy. And I urge everyone who thinks you want to buy cheap clothing, this or stuff, to watch that film. Because it's challenging. It's called Sorry I Missed You. It's just, when the delivery drivers missed you, they put a little Sorry I Missed You sticker. I've forgotten the name of but it is that this family get trapped in this gig economy and stuff, and it's tragic. So maybe the white van driver's a bit like that lad in the film, desperately trying to look after his family on a horrible system we've created where if he doesn't make a delivery, he doesn't get paid. And yet he's paid for his van, he's paid for his stuff. So maybe they've got a really good reason to get past. So don't you start wallowing in your own bloody problems, Manley, and giving that guy a hard time. If he's got a good reason to go, let them go.
Because that is the discipline, and it's the ability to say, right, if you are living in the gap, you know, and you are choosing your responses and you are positively channeling your consciousness, then your reaction, which is going to create positive outcomes for everyone, should just be, just let it go.
And breathe.
Breathe. We seem to have developed a society where everyone is paralyzed by the fear of death, right? To the point now where people don't live because they're scared of everything, scared of judgment. Nobody lives. They just exist. And then one day, and I'm going back to your point about, you know, people who are at the end of their lives. A really great guy called Adam Shaw. I'm sure we'll have a chat with him as well at some point. Yeah, he grew up in an asylum, you know, and was around because his parents worked there and was around a lot of people that were at the end, and totally agree with everything you said, that you get to the end and when you realize that it's here and ultimately you're clearing the way for the next, life's great leveler, people all of a sudden are hit. That's why when people have tragic accidents and then all of a sudden go, shit, I should start living. I don't want to wait till I have a tragic accident.
No. and this is the thing about consciousness. Again, it's so important, right? Imagine being fearful of the only thing in life you know is going to happen. Yeah. I mean, that's a bloody waste of energy, isn't it? Because we all know the moment we're born, we are destined to die. Full stop, right? So let's just get over that one. Yeah. I don't particularly want it to happen now. I've got lots of great things I want to still do and value I think I can add. But I tell you what, when I draw in my last breath, and as I exhale and push the air past my vocal cords for the very last time, I've got to be able to say, well, that was a laugh, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I want to feel like I've gone in there on fire and sideways.
Exactly. So the point there, it's not just how you died, it's how you lived.
Yeah.
And that, did I live my own life? Did I have the courage to live my own life? Did I add value? Was I kind to people? Was I kind to the planet? Did I help other people on their journey? Or did I just wallow in my own self-indulgence? And yeah, that's the point. And that's the point. So I urge everybody to go forward in their mind to the day before you die, look back and write your own epiphany. How do you want to be remembered? As a rich, miserable bastard? Or a person, a lady who added extraordinary value to other people's lives, and they're not even concerned about your material wealth?
Yeah.
Doesn't mean we shouldn't have it, but let's share it and let's not worry about it. And let's make sure we make a bloody difference, and a positive one too. And then it's all right.
It is. And I had a great thing, and it's helped me a lot. I think it was Jeff Bezos who said it. He may have got it from someone else, I don't know. But have a really good regret mitigation framework. So,
which sounds like Jeff.
Which it be, yeah, but it's great. I mean, it's the same concept of live in the gap and make choices, but just take a minute, so before between stimulus and response, live in the gap and just think, I'm about to make a choice here, so am I going to regret that? Is it going to be a positive? And it's the same thing. It's like build a framework around your own consciousness to help
make that framework based on internal concepts of motivation, intrinsic ones, not external. So Jeff Bezos, quite a rich bugger. Think of all the good. Think of all the good he could do in the world with that.
Yeah.
Danger is when people get rich, they fall into a trap of self-indulgence. And I see it. I used to skip super yachts. And it's a grotesque vanity in all respects. No, I'd love to have 100 billion quid. I'd still live in the same house, but boy, the value I can add to the world, the difference I can make, the journeys I could help, the inequities we could resolve. That's the problem with the system we've created. As said, we are serving the economy, and Jeff has done brilliantly. I'm not knocking him the slightest, and I'm sure he's more generous than most nations are. But the danger is, if you like, the people on the wheel to enable Jeff to be the multi-billionaire. What's their benefit?
Yeah.
How are they earning and learning and growing from society? When we buy our cheap clothes, because people want to do that, we want this disposable fashion in the West. This whole thing now, that Black Lives Matter and anti-slavery, well, anyone out there is listening to this, if you have a tendency to just buy clothing based on price, you are creating modern slavery. Yeah. Slavery hasn't stopped.